Audio check. Audio check. Okay, hello everyone. Blazar Gaming. Okay. Last time, well, this is my city. It's big, it's got some issues. The old up and down driving me crazy. But my population's down, so my production's down, so my income is down. Stores complaining about not having goods to sell. Industry complaining about not having customers to buy. I don't know what to do about it. Except launch another rocket. Production can't go up until people go back up. I'm guessing, this is a guess, I'm guessing that this won't go back up until this drops below 3.2% or something. 3.4%, I don't know. Got more jobs available than ever. Guess I should build and prepare for growth if I ever get any. People are using the tram system. It's pretty cool. All right, it's been a while since we looked at this stuff, but with production down 50%, 88%, Flour's up. So is animal products. Paper's up. So is plain timber. Assuming plastics is up. Petroleum's down a hair. I don't know. Metals. It's holding steady. Glass. Holding steady. Agriculture, making a profit. Forestry, making a profit. Oil, making a big profit. Or making a profit. So this one's upkeep is 10,000. Workers is way down because population's down. Workers way down. Workers, all the workers are about 50% of what they should be. Because the population's down. Starting to encroach upon these small towns. How's trains doing? I hadn't looked at trains in a while. Trains are fine. I bet we have more people leaving than we have coming back. Nope. Just the opposite. Just trying to save some net nodes. If you don't know what a net node is, you must be new here. There's some more I can save by getting rid of these bicycle lanes. People ride bikes on sidewalks. Yeah, but a net node is think of nodes sort of like intersections, or the point that the first segment of a path connects to. Each node typically contains 0 or more segments. So nodes are these. And the game has a limit on how many of those you can have. And I ran out. And I had to figure out how to get them back. So I went around and deleted a whole lot of power lines that were unnecessary. I freed up about 1,200 nodes. Here's a whole lot more nodes I could free up. I don't need all this here. People can come down here and walk, or they can go up there and walk. Ooh, I see bicycle trails too. The Langoliers is coming after you, buddy. Uh-oh. They got him. Uh-oh. Got him too. Now I realize I don't have a way across. So they do. Somebody can walk down here, get to that side. I don't know why I've got a walking path there. You can't walk around the All right. Now there's ways around the roundabout. I don't know if the city's turned around or not. It does say it's growing. I can put people here if I need more residential. I think I'd rather put industry, except the train. Look at the topography. Okay. I can work with this topography. I think it's this side of the train that's sticking out too far. So, well, let's let that passenger train get out of the way. Okay. Sorry, passenger train. I still want to turn my train around, but I want to turn it around back here. Okay, I don't want to get too close to that big hill. So let's start, oops. Let's start turning. All right. Let's pick a height we want. We don't want a hill. We don't want about the height of don't want a high point, don't want a low point. Somewhere in the middle. The terrain's going up and down, up and down. But I want a spot. I don't know, maybe this height? Game's having trouble keeping up. Whoa! Just don't go crazy. Game can't keep up with crazy. Okay, I may have gotten too close to the railroad track over here. Yep. Or I could level this all out and then put the railroad track. Yeah, we don't want to do that though. I don't mind pushing it. back to the hill back here. I think I did get closer to the railroad track than I meant to, but that's okay. Let's see what it looks like through here. Oh, okay. They just cut a trough through it. That's okay. No problem with that. So, okay. Nope, the city has not turned around. This needs to be a Panavia. Okay. Hey, how's it going, Biffa? Okay, now over here. Guess we could go under. Didn't need 3 lanes, but that's all right. Okay. Let's fix the Panavia correctly. Set it up correctly. This is just to make sure everybody stays in their lanes. Think that's got it? Yep. Not enough. That side doesn't matter. I can change the angle too. First of all, let's see if it's wide enough. If it's as wide as I like, I've got to be careful over here. So yeah, let's do this first. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's it. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Except for one thing. I'm not sure one of these would fit between here and there. And nope, I'm pretty sure it won't. Let's see. If I remove this and this, and I put this, then do I have room left for this? No, I do not. Oh, I can go this way though, and then just turn it around. Uh-oh, I don't know what just happened there. That's weird. Okay. Let's move the railroad track over. Well, let's just take the railroad track up. All right, stop complaining. I think what I want to do is make a train bridge. Stop. That ended up crooked, but I can fix that. That looks better. That train got all confused. All right, so as long as the pylons don't get in the way, let's see. I think I can move the pylon. Okay, that time I moved the pylon without moving the, interesting. Good. And over here, okay, you're too jumpy. Oh well, let it be jumpy. All right, let's make sure I didn't break. And let's move this node. That's better. Yeah. Stop complaining. Thank you. Lane mathematics. BIFA terminology. Okay. So I'm building another one of these. Got industry, commercial. Yeah, everybody's complaining because, well, until the population gets back up to 550,000. We don't have enough workers to produce the goods that commercial's demanding. Well, I need the horizontal roads to make the inner squares. Then I can come back and delete them. Oh, yeah, that doesn't need to fasten there. All right. So what's the point now? Yeah. If I'm making these different because of node issues, because of running out of net nodes, I could utilize more space over here. Why not, right? Why not? Why not? We'll see how my new design works. If the population ever recovers. May be too close, but all right. First of all, let's break it into two. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 arrows. This one's 4 squares from the end. This one's 3 squares from the end. Oh. Let's see what I did wrong. See, there's 3 squares wide over here. I only made it 2 squares wide over here. I've got to have space for my entrance and exits. So I really need more space than even 3 squares. See, that would give me the 3, that would give me 4. Let's go 6 squares. The ends don't matter. It's the sides where I join. So that gives me about 6 squares of space to work with. Hopefully that'll be enough. See, that's 3, 4, 5. Is that going to be 6? Now this side looks further. No, it's about the same. Okay, let's break it in half. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 arrows. This one's 3 from the end. This one's 2 from the end. That's okay. So the middle would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This last arrow's scrunched up. These last 2 arrows are kind of scrunched up. So it's not here. This would lead you to believe this is the center here, but it's not, because these two arrows on the right are scrunched up some. So I'm going to guess the center is about here maybe, or here. One circle, two circles, three circles, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. One circle, two circle, three circles, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares. So I missed it by 1 square. All right. Now, see if we can't break it up into thirds. Let me fix the pad on my orb weaver. Sliding all over the place. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 arrows. This one's 4 from the end. This one's 2 from the end. And a little scrunched up on the right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 arrows. I'm going to say it's more like 13 arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 13 arrows divided by 3, 4 and a third. Not counting that arrow and moving this one back some. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a third. Let's try using this blue circle as a reference. And then just try to go visually. It's not bad for just trying to eye it with my eyeball. It's not bad at all. Looks pretty good. New design, since net nodes is a thing. too far. Yep, I definitely need to work out. Not enough. Definitely need to work out spacing now. Could have gone four spaces wider on this side. Probably the same over here. Not far enough. Yep. So if I'd made the whole thing 8 spaces wider, I wouldn't have lost 4 spaces in the middle there. Four spaces on this side, 4 spaces on that side. It's 8 spices. 8 spices wider. Wider. Guess if I move closer, I can see what I'm doing. Okay. No more 45-degree angles. Unless I can get a nice kind of curve. Let's see. The middle is about there. That's not bad. It says 45 degrees angles. I can live with that. It's a little finicky, but this one looks better. Not sure why some look better than others. Nowhere near the middle, but Looks like if I use a circle, no, it doesn't seem to make a difference. Nowhere near the center again. That works. That works. Let's do some lane mathematics. So anybody else having trouble adapting to daylight savings time? It's funny. I don't use an alarm clock. About the only times I ever used alarm clock is if I had to be at the airport at 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning or something, 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. So I've kind of got an internal alarm clock. I wake up about the same time every day. But I was anticipating time change. So I was waking up about an hour early for the last several weeks. I guess my brain just anticipated the time was going to be changing soon. Well, then when the time did change, I wasn't waking up that hour earlier anymore. It's like, dope. So I've got to get back into time change routine. Now, the legislature and the governor have already approved keeping the time at daylight savings year round, so we don't have jet lag every year. But the Senate has to vote and pass it before it becomes official. Here in the state of Tennessee. I'm not talking about everywhere, just here in the state of Tennessee. There's a lot less to work on if this becomes my new design for these things. Now, the reason I do this is because 100% of the traffic coming into one of these sections is going to be on this road right here. The that are going up here do not need to be in the right lane. So when they get to here, they need to go to the left lane. The ones going in here, they don't need to be in the left lane. So they'll go into the right lane. So that'll split my traffic up a little bit. And that's a good thing. If you leave this here, I guarantee you 100% of the vehicles coming in here will take the right lane. And that'll cause a traffic jam. So now this splits them 50-50. No traffic jam. Okay, I've already fixed this side. Okay, the city may have turned around. Gotta figure out my garbage collection. I think I've got just enough space to get some garbage collection in here. Quit all that snap to stuff. It's annoying. Ah! And then the game makes an error, and I'll fix the error the game makes. No U-turn. Let's fix this node a little bit. Yeah, it's just ugly. It's all ugly. Not gonna make it look any better than that, I guess. It's just gonna be ugly. That'll work. I don't really particularly care too much. And then my garbage collection goes in over here, and lane mathematics. Thank you, Biffa. It's all right. I need water in here. I see some things I can improve upon in the future. I only left myself 3 spaces on the sides here. That might be okay. Might not be. Our nearest water is right over here. We have water. Got 278,000 jobs. We don't need more jobs at the moment. We just need the population to come back. Sorry, rock. You're between a rock and a hard place. All right. We are now ready for more commercial and industrial. Let's build some more residential. I know, not enough people, not enough people, not enough people. Be patient, they're coming. They're coming. Train's looking good. They're a little busier on this side, but they're not backed up far. Electricity, I know everything's still fine because, yeah, we were fine when we had 550,000 people, or whatever great number it was. Traffic's still 85%. Let's see if the river depth is okay. It needs to be raised or lowered. This river looks all right. How about the side river? Yeah, I think I finally got the river levels where I wanted them. See how the piers look down at the... they're still pretty high. But they're all right. My low points are get motion sickness. Here's a low point. It's just fine. Wow. These are offices, right? Yeah, they don't care about noise from water pumps. These are houses, but they're far enough away. So yeah, the river is all right. Where do I want to put people? Majority of my population, let's see, is on this side of the river. Majority of my population is on this side of the river. What do you mean? Oh, okay. They're just late getting here with police patrols and garbage pickup. Here comes the garbage truck. Can you take care of it? Yeah. Where's the police patrols? There's another garbage truck. Oh. You see that? I didn't see a police car go by. Oh, there he is. Nope, that's not a police car. There's the police car. I don't know. Looks like when he picked up the garbage, police was okay. Here's another. Slow about getting their garbage picked up. Not seeing any garbage trucks anywhere close. The thing is, it shows garbage and police. A while ago, a garbage truck came by and picked up the garbage at another place, and then the police thing went away too. There's so many little things in this game that do little things like that. Little bugs that, you know, I wrote software for 35 years. No matter how simple a program you write, there's going to be bugs. Oh, we got some backup going on over here now. A little bit. But we've got a lot of room to grow. Look at all the people coming back. That's why we're having backup at the train stations. They're waiting on passenger trains. You've probably never noticed this before. But it's because this is usually in that blue fog that they put around the edges of the map. I hate that blue fog. I hate the blue fog they put around the edges of the map. So I found a cloud and fog toggler. Disable edge fog. disable distance fog, disable industrial smog, disable clouds. I like to see what I'm working on. I don't know if our city will get back over 500,000 again. It didn't last time. It only reached 488. All right, so where am I going to put residents? Like I said, most of them live on this side of the river. I've got a few live on the other side of the river. There, there, and there. I could build a big residential area up here in the hills. Still have to remember mass transportation, though. And how to get them out of the hills. And of course, I'll need mass transportation. Over to here. I'll be able to just bring that over to here. I know, not enough people, not enough people. They're coming. Be patient. Look at all these. Not enough people, not enough people, not enough people. They're coming. They're coming. I know, population, unemployment. See, there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect in the game when you get high populations. Everybody's screaming, there's not enough people in the city. But according to this, the people who live here, 10% of them aren't even working. Now, it could be because they've just moved in. Over 1,000 people are moving in a week. They got to get settled, and then they got to look for the job, and then they'll go to work. That might be why unemployment's 12%. But there's jobs available. For every person moving in, there's 1,000 jobs until they wait too long, and then the office closes and then shuts down. But since I've got max demand, it'll build right up again. So they don't stay closed down long. It'll build a new one. And they'll want people. See? So that's why I crank these up. I've got plenty of room for people. I don't need to build more residential. But I've got my residential demand turned up. I saw a woman who works for Paradox Streaming last night. And she had her city, 217,000 people, and she had all these turned up, maxed. So I thought, well, you know, she works for the company. Maybe she knows something I don't know. So that's why I cranked mine up to the max. But she's down there at that low enough number that things still behave the way you expect them to. way up here, everything just seems to lag behind. And it has nothing to do with my computer. Not even half of my processors being used, and almost zero of my video cards being used. And definitely only a third of my system memory is being used. All right, so what I was about to do was maybe build a residential area out here. Now the terrain out here, yeah. It goes up and down. We've got a valley, a low pointed valley. I may raise a bunch of land up back here. Or lower some. Raise some or lower some. Or I could just run my road. Or put the Panavia in here and just go through there. But I think I'm going to go this way. I think I'm going to pick a level that I want to raise everything to. And lower everything to. Back here. Let me leave this on. Wait, let me turn this on. Nope. Nope. What am I looking for? This. Nope. This. Duh. Which way did he go? Which way did he go? All right. So where do I want to pick? I don't want that level. That's too low. How about the level that the road is? Except I think they're two different levels. And what level is that the road's at? Okay, it's in the light green. So I'm okay with that. So if I pick let me make this small at the moment. So if I pick this level here that I want to level out to. Okay. Let's make my brush size, yeah, about that size. Oh, I see what's happening. Let's make the brush size bigger. You know, this is what they do in engineering. They cut through areas. To send roads through. Guess I could have left that hill there. I can fix that back. So bring the road on in. It ended up lower than I expected. Let me look at the terrain again. Yeah, I went to the light green. That's okay. Cut a swath through there to bring the road in. I don't have to have level for residential. Residential doesn't have to be level. But what? Everybody's waiting in suspense. But what? Yeah, I think that's good enough. If I was building another one of these things, then yeah, I would level this valley out into a big rectangle. But I'm going to put residential back here. If I don't run out of net nodes. All right. Didn't quite do that one right. It's a little bit better. This is going to be residential. Population still rising. People still complaining about not enough people. Wonder how that never got. Wonder how that got missed. Just a big hole in the middle. How's my unemployment? Still going up. People are moving in faster than they're going to work. I can't force them to go to work. It's just like real life. Get a whole bunch of new people coming into some country, and they've got jobs available, but you can't make them go to work. Just like real life. I could go back to work in a heartbeat. There's always a demand for software developers. There's nothing to do on weekends. I'd like to go shopping and eat out, but all the good places are out of town. What you talking about? My city's attractive. Just ask all the tourists that come in. We're up near the purple. There's always those people. You never can please those people. Just so needy. Needy. I need this. I need that. If you don't learn anything growing up in life, learn to be totally self-reliant. You don't need anything from anybody anytime. Now, sure, I go once a week and get my weekly provisions. But I could probably last let's say we had no provisions for a month. I'd be fine. But that's about it. If I knew it was going to be 2 months, I could ration. I'd still probably get by okay. Three months? I don't know. Without electricity, I'd still be okay. Without water, nope. Nobody can survive without water. Not for, 8 days? 7 or 8 days? People take for granted water, how important water is. Speaking of water, I need to stretch my legs. kind of partly sunny, partly rainy outside. Sounds like springtime, doesn't it? $58. Okay, radar's not showing any rain. So maybe the rain's over with. What's the high today? How do I get back to where I was? It's not what I wanted. Oh well. It's probably going to be decent warm today. City's still growing, population's still growing, money's still going. High today is 69. The 20% chance precip. Wow. It'll be humid, but it'd be nice to open up my windows later today. Get some fresh air. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize the clock stopped. Why did the clock stop? Why was the clock stopped? So what do I want to do out here? Roundabout? I don't particularly like roundabouts. Roundabout's okay when you have zero to low traffic. But they're terrible when you get to medium or moderate traffic. Then they become terrible. This one may go back to this area. This one, take care of this area. And this is probably where I'll put my garbage collection. So I'll probably put garbage collection here. thinking maybe a big old residential grid area. That's what I thought. So then let's don't do grids. Let's just go. Kind of want to make that parallel to that. And I don't think I did a good job. Oh, yeah. I make it all one way because police patrols, garbage collection, move at a relatively slow speed. Everybody knows that. It's obvious. If somebody comes along and needs to get around them, they can't. Say a fire truck or an ambulance needs to get around them, they can't. They just have to go slow like the garbage truck or slow like the police patrol. But if you have 2 lanes, they will go around them. That's all I'm trying to say. It was that last connection at the end that broke me. Broke my zoning. There we go. Now I've got good zoning. Now, I do want to separate some of the traffic. I don't want all of them having to come up this way. I want to take some of them off. But we'll worry about that in a minute. Can I do this and have good zoning? Yes. I think one more. I don't think I have to go that far apart. I think that's fine. That's a lot of people. But that's okay. do this. Did that get as many of them out of there as I wanted to? Probably not, but how's my zoning going to look here? Let's start here. That's good. Stop. That's good. That's good. That's good. Can we get one more? Two out. Oops, backwards. Hit the wrong button. I wanted that button. Okay, that's some pretty good zoning. I like it. Okay. Okay. I think that'll work. Population's still going up. It's pretty nice. I've run out again. I've run out of net nodes. Default limit 32,256. In use, 32,256. Yeah. I cannot create anything else. So I can't add water, electricity. Oops. That freed up a couple. One. That freed up one. Because it only had one connection in the middle. I don't see anybody using these walking paths. Oh, somebody's walking their dog. One person. And he's retired. He's just out for a walk. Let's wait and see if this city can't get back to 540,000 people. Ready to launch another rocket? Nope. We just missed. We just missed them rolling the rocket out. We just missed them rolling the rocket out to the launch pad. Just missed them. I could destroy this small town. I could delete everything here. Including their metro stop. And that would free up some net nodes. But I don't want to do anything until I'm sure what the city is going to do. I can't see any way of getting unemployment back down, even though everybody's still complaining. Not enough workers. I can't make those people go to work. Basically, I'm trying to decide whether to abandon this city or not. I wonder if there's any water pipes anywhere I could get rid of that aren't needed. I like to have double water pipe connections. To places. I've only got one here. See, I could free up nodes by just connecting these all together and not doing this sort of thing. So I've got two ways water connects back here. Water tends to run better when you do that. All along here. But everywhere it connects is a node. I think I can free up a node by doing this. Turn two segments into one. And electricity, I don't need that. That frees up a node. I don't think I need that one at all. So I've got two water connections to this area, but cross the river and connect here, cross the river and connect here. Is that necessary? But well, that only frees up two nodes, I think. They're short. Uh-oh. Somebody no longer has water. There you go. None of these guys have water anymore. Okay. This just gives me something to do while I'm waiting to see what the city does. Ah, I see. I always like to have redundancy. If you accidentally broke a water pipe because of redundancy, you still have water everywhere. If you accidentally broke electric line because of redundancy, you had electricity everywhere. I always liked redundancy, but is it really necessary? No, you just have to be more careful. So I've got redundancy there. Had two ways water connected. That's called redundancy. This only has one way in. This only has one way in. That only has one way in. One way in. One whole building without water. We can fix that. Got a water connection over there. Don't need that one. One's enough. Don't need redundancy. We have a water connection here. Don't need this one. Redundancy. I built everything with redundancy because I had never run out of nodes before. It's completely new to me. Look at all this out here. Totally unnecessary. That one's necessary. So we'll keep this. This one is not necessary. This one is not necessary. As a matter of fact, if I connect this, then none of this is necessary. Oh, that guy needs... But I can fix him up from... Well, I can fix him up by just moving him to there. Does he still have electricity? Yes, he does. So there we go. That frees up more electrical nodes. Electricity. I've got redundancy in electricity. I can get rid of this. That still needs connections over there. Got redundancy Get rid of all that. They're still connected here. Got a connection there. He needs connection somewhere. I think I can get rid of all this stuff in the middle. Just give him a connection from here. To there. And then I can get rid of all this. Yeah, I still need a small connection here. But that's just one node. The airport's still connected. I can free up all these nodes. You guys are still connected here. I can make this shorter by coming here. Not much shorter, but every little bit helps. I don't really need this one. We will lose connection if this house goes away, but it'll grow right back. I see redundancy here. Actually, this was the shorter connection. So let's connect it from here. Here. Okay. Yeah, that's the main connection. This is redundant. I can save all this electricity. Or all these nodes, I mean. That was redundant. We're connected in this way. They're connected in this way. So this is kind of redundant. Doesn't free up very much though. Though I could undo this. No issues. This side connects over here. This side connects through here. So I'm freeing up a few nodes here and there. Let's see what that gives me now. I've got about 170 to work with now. I know this. Future cities, everything I place, I'm going to have net nodes in mind. So I don't run into this in the future. %15 unemployment. Still want people. When you've got people wanting jobs and you got jobs wanting people, and neither side does anything about it, does that mean it's time to abandon your city? Look at how many jobs are available. %15 of the people who want to work are not working. And yet, so many jobs available. Has nothing to do with education. %55 of my population's graduated from university. It's funny how these look like plateaus from up here. But when you get down eye level, it's no plateau. We had to dig into the side of this mountain to put this in. Growth is slowing down. So that's just it. If I stop here, it creates a node. I could go this far and it still creates just one node. So it's almost like if you start a new city and you go with an 81 tiles map and you go with unlimited money, the first thing you should do is to water pipe the entire thing from one side to the other. One side to the other. Water pipe the entire map. You only have, well, as many pipes as you have times 2 would be the number of nodes. Of course, then you've got to connect them together. But that wouldn't add more nodes. Because the 2 nodes will already be there and you just put a pipe between them. That doesn't create a new node. I don't think. So you could water pipe the entire map. Connect one end of it, or even the other, because it's not going to add nodes. And still just use The only number of nodes you would use is the number of pipes it takes to do the whole map times 2. A node at each end. And then you never worry about water again. Again, you'd have to have unlimited money to be able to do that. And then just add enough water pumps and water exhaust to keep that entire grid blue. Might do something like that on my next map. My next city. So then I don't have to worry about water pipe nodes. Electricity, I'll get the mod that allows you to move electricity through roads. That would cut down on the number of electrical wires you need to run between places. Electricity just runs along the roads. So that would free up electrical nodes. Net nodes, these things. It's so hard to hit P and L at the same time. Right now I have 175 nodes available. So yeah. This will just add one node. Make sure I'm far enough. Fix my map. There we go. Oops, I didn't even connect it. It's embarrassing. What is the matter with me? Didn't even connect it. That should be enough. I need to do the same thing over here. It's hard to tell when you've gone far enough or not. That just added one node. This will this even add a node? Or 2? We're at 32,097. Oh, you can't move this? Oh, yeah, you can. For a minute there, I was thinking, oh, I can't move this. Moved it to the wrong side, didn't I? 32,097. So if I go straight across, so 97 is the number I want to remember. It did not add a node. Nope. It added 3 nodes. 13 nodes. Okay, so yeah. Doing what I said a minute ago, yeah, is not as feasible as I thought. You just got to be super cautious. I'm at 32, I'm at 110. Okay, so a segment of this size adds 13 nodes. Now I know. So filling your entire map with water pipes isn't a good idea. $36, 13 each time. We have water. I wonder if assets count as nodes. I guess I should just keep this window open. I don't think you can make it smaller. No. So if I add parks and plazas, the least expensive ones, $8 per week. I'm at 32,160. 10. 10. What the heck? Why would net nodes go up by 10? Let me grab something tiny then. Japanese garden. Costs 32 more a week, but it's tiny. Zero. Now how's that possible? Why would a park add 10 net nodes and a Japanese garden 0? Well, I now know why I ran out of nodes. How about plazas? I'm still at 32,160. Zero. So why in the heck does that one big park add 10? It's called a small park. 10 nodes. Oh man. My city is filled with these things. Each one of them, 10 nodes. Wow. I could replace every small park with a Japanese garden and free up thousands of nodes. Again, something to remember in the future. I don't want to do that to this city. That would take forever. I've probably got thousands of parks, so that would free up tens of thousands of nodes. Well, there's where all my nodes went. Okay. In the future, do not use small parks. I should have known there'd be a side effect to them only costing $8 a week to maintain. So they're the cheapest leisure asset in the game. $8 a week. 24, 40, 160, 48, 240, 40, 64, 40, 104. Let's see, wait a minute. These plazas, I think the plazas are cheaper than the Japanese gardens. 32. Those aren't. So these are cheaper than the Japanese gardens. The Japanese gardens are 40. So from now on, I didn't mean to do that. From now on, this is the only leisure asset I'm ever going to use. I'll never use anything else. We're at 32,160. We're still at 32,160. It's as if these have no merit. Still at 32,160. Citizen units are going up. Whatever that means, but that number never went up, and I just placed half a dozen of these things or more. So that's it. I'll never ever use these big parks again. I'll only ever use this one asset. It's got the lowest cost per week, 32, except for these, which are 8. But those use 10 nodes, and these use 0. Okay. We learned something new today. I like learning new things. If I create a city and I don't learn anything new, then why create another city, right? Come on. People go to work. 15% unemployment. And I've got places screaming for employees. Gimme, gimme, gimme employees. Two jobs available. 6 jobs available. 8 jobs available. That one's 4 jobs available. My entire city. I can pick any place randomly. 2 households that are vacant. 6 households vacant. 2 households vacant. 1 job available. 15 jobs available. 8 jobs available. And it's not like I don't give people a way to get to jobs. Everything in the city. 10,000 people per week moving through the mass transportation. Everybody has a way to get everywhere. All right. Plazas. Only ever use plazas. Well, it depends. Depends on what kind of city skylines player you are. If you build beautiful cities and don't care too much about gigantic, enormous populations, but you want pretty, then do whatever you want. Chances are you'll never, ever run out of net nodes. But, and if you only want to meet the milestones, beat the game, you're probably going to be fine. Use whatever you want. But if you do what I've been doing on my last half dozen cities, maybe not half a dozen, I don't know, where you just want to push the limits of the game and see how far you can go and see if you can push the population into the stratosphere and yet maintain 84% traffic. You can push the population into the stratosphere and have 10% traffic. I like to push the population as far as I can and have 84% traffic. You will maybe run out of net nodes, depending on what assets you use. All right, I need to fix this. It looks silly. That looks far better. There we go. I don't like the way they're treating his node right here. They're okay now. Yeah, these two nodes are too close together. There's plenty of nodes they can do whatever they want. Down there. Just behave themselves right here. You can't make emergency vehicles do anything. They do whatever they want. That looks a little better. So, I learned something new today. Don't use these big parks. Playgrounds. I didn't check on playgrounds, but that's okay. Playgrounds cost more than plazas. The only reason I used on all my new development only these large parks, small parks, is because they cost $8 a week. Or eight city currency per week. Now I know, never use those again. Go for plazas. They count 0 nodes. So there's 75 entertainment and 105 visitor capacity. 75 entertainment. These are 100 entertainment and lower visitor capacity. So the plazas are a little bit lower on entertainment value, but higher on visitor capacity. Electricity, they're 32 kilowatts. These are 32 kilowatts. Water is 0. Water is 0. These cost $2,500. These cost $1,000. So they're 2.5 times more expensive. Upkeep is 4 times more per week, but they don't count against your nodes. So if you ever fear when you start a city that you might run out of nodes, use these guys only. Like I said, I'm not going to go through my entire city and replace everything. I think this city is done for. I don't know how to save this city. Population finally realized population didn't realize there were no jobs available, because there are jobs available. Lots of them. Hundreds and hundreds of jobs available. But the people want to work somewhere else. I don't think I can save this city. That's a bummer. Excuse me. Okay, it went back up again. I started this map with 501,000 people. You're probably saying, how can you start with 500,000 people? I start with 0 people. Well, I started this map. I started this city last year, I think it was. And when I hit 500,000 people and I was making money and the city was growing, I thought, wow, I should make a save of this. And I did. I made a save of it. Called it Farmington 500K. And then I went back to this city called Farmington and continued on. So I've got 3 saves of this city right now. Not counting the auto saves and that kind of stuff. But 3 named saves. I've got one called, this one's called 5K plus. 5K plus is the name of this save. Farmington 500 is where I began this city. You see, it's from a year ago. Farmington is 2 days later. This guy made it to 620,000 people. And then went back down to 425,000 when I abandoned it. But this one is a 500K city that's still making money and still growing. And that's where I began this guy 1 year later. I started with this. So I started at 500,000 people. And it went up, down, up, down, up, down. And I'm slowly trying to get a hold of it, but it's trending down. I got my jobs. When I first hit 532,000, I only had 250,000 jobs. But now I've got 280,000, 285,000 jobs and less people. But my unemployment, these people aren't going to work. And there's jobs begging for these people to come work. But they're not. I don't know how to force them to go to work. You can't force people to go to work. So I'm right back where I started a week ago. Money going up, population going up. But no way to control it, to drive it. I can't drive population up. I tried throwing more jobs. But then that just gave me more jobs screaming for more people. See, I threw this in here. And then I threw this in here. More jobs. Didn't matter. People didn't go to those jobs. And now the jobs are failing. See all these? Not enough workers, not enough workers, not enough workers, not enough buyers, not enough workers, not enough goods. Supply and demand is controlled by workers. Nobody wants to work. I've got 30,000 more jobs than when I had 500,000 people. Doesn't matter. Think about that. I started this game, 500,000 people, 250,000 jobs. Now I'm at 500,000 people, 280,000 jobs. And they're still crying. No people to work my jobs. Gave you 30,000 more jobs. But the people aren't going to work. And it's not like they're stuck in a parking lot on the highways. Nope. There are no parking lots. It's just annoying. I was so annoyed. What is today? Today's Wednesday. I was so annoyed Monday that I ended the stream early in the afternoon. Yesterday, I wasn't feeling that great anyway, but I couldn't think what to do. How do I move this forward? I'm messing around with World of Warships. Not much, just a little bit. It's not my kind of game. For a couple of reasons. One, there's no magic. Of course, there's no magic in this game either, but if there was, I'd work my magic and two, it's player versus player. But the reason I don't do very well at player versus player, a couple of reasons. One, I don't play player versus player. So you can't get good at something you don't do. Two, I never cared much about going against other players because if I'm having a good day, they're having a bad day. And I don't like to make anybody have a bad day. And three, I'm almost 60 years old. In PvP games, there is no way I could compete with a 17-year-old. No matter how much experience I have, I just don't have those reflexes. Now, in World of Warships, it's a lot of long distance aim and shoot. Yeah, sometimes you can get in close. I've been finding I'm not so good with the destroyers. I'm thinking I'm going to be a backline battleship guy. Because that's just my personality. But I'm probably going to spend months figuring out the game before I ever try even streaming any of it. And not because I've finally gotten good at it, but because I can figure out how to select a ship for targeting. Right now I'm just aiming and shooting. There's a way to select targets to give you better accuracy, I think, or something. I just don't know enough about the game. And I'm just doing it to kill time. I'm waiting for the next big magic MMO using a 21st century game engine. What do I mean by that? Most everybody has played World of Warcraft. I can't say everybody has, but a lot of people have that game. It's a nice magic. It's got magic in it. Game. But that thing is playing on a pre-2000 game engine. It's almost 2D with 3D tacked on to it. Look at some of the newer things that have come out. The Tomb Raiders and GTA 5s and all that stuff looks so much more realistic. Nobody has created, and people say why. Everybody's playing first-person shooters. I don't know why. I guess people just prefer to go out and make somebody have a bad day. Red equals dead kind of thing. Which, you know, World of Warships is kind of like that. Again, for my team to win, the other team has to lose. And those are people. Those are people on the other side. Right now, I'm only playing against bots. I don't mind blowing up bots. What's a bot? It's an AI-controlled ship. But I'm still not very good at it. Still haven't. There's a whole lot to learn about that game. Gives me something to do, pass the time. Population's still going up. It's strange. I haven't done anything. I could provide them more jobs, but these people will be angry because they're still looking for workers. I could provide more housing, but the landlords that are trying to fill up, okay, that needs more workers. But the landlords who are trying to get 3 more households in here would be angry. Could build more commercial. But the ones that I have don't have enough goods. Probably not enough people working either. They've got 20 of 20. 15 of 15. They need another worker. Okay. So people are working retail. 20 of 20. 20 of 20. People are working retail. Wouldn't you rather work retail than work at a factory? 0 of 16. Now, I could go over here and de-zone an entire office complex and force those people to go work industry. My farms are exporting goods, my forestry, my farms. ore and oil are all exporting. Well, that's people. There's almost no importing going on. The only importing going on is over in my ore industry. I must not be producing enough ore. Well, I'm probably right on the cusp of producing enough ore. Because even my ore coffers are full. And I've got them set to empty. But all these jobs screaming for people. Give me people. And 15% of my people unemployed. Go work those jobs. What can I do to make them go work those jobs? School's out. Citizens prefer working over education. Lower ticket prices, then I'd go broke. Turn these off, then I'd go broke. Increase the morale of workers. I've played around with these before and saw no effect. Slightly increase adult citizens' happiness. They're pretty happy. Reduces residential tax income. I'd go broke. Increase production. I can't get workers. Reduces workplaces. What does that mean? I've tried this before to no effect. Reduces workplaces by 30%. I've played with these before and saw no effect. Of course, it only affects these areas. Population is still going up. Electricity is still okay, but it's starting to get tight. Water and sewage okay. Garbage collection is fine. All of these are fine. I have no public libraries. That's what it is. My city is missing public libraries. No thanks. Commercial's very unhappy because they're not getting enough goods. Nobody's sick. Well, there's 37 sick, but I've got 512,000 people, so basically nobody is sick. I've got more high levels than anything else. No traffic. Fire coverage is good. We're in the blue, close to the blue. Police crime rate low. Unemployment's dropped 1%. Yay! I don't know how. I guess if my theory about system lagging behind is true, then it's finally catching up to the growth. But the growth is about ready to take a dive. It's one of the things I've perceived through observation. Population goes up. A normal city, when you start, your population goes up, demand for jobs goes up. Makes sense, right? New people move in, they want jobs. And it's consistent. As your population goes up, they want more jobs. You give them more jobs. When your population gets large, I'm talking somewhere above 150,000, population goes up, demand doesn't. Yeah, mine all show maximum demand for zoning, but that's different. Population gets up here, they go, there's not enough jobs. They start going down. Somewhere along the way, jobs finally decides, oh, look at all this population that needs jobs. And then it goes up. It gets up here. Hey, there's no people to work. Down here, they go, hey, look, there's jobs available now. They go up, but the jobs are going down. People get here. Where's the jobs? I thought there were jobs. There's no jobs. They start going down. Jobs go, look at all the people. It just lags so far behind. And it's not due to my computer. It's just due to the game design. It throws it into these sine waves. Somewhere around 150,000 population and up is when it starts really freaking out. I wish I could. And nothing I can do about it. Is it headed back down again as my jobs are going up? I don't know. Game's not designed for this many people, assets, entities. It's just not made to do this. It wasn't designed to do this. It was designed for you to go through the milestones, hit your 90,000 population, get your international airport and cargo airport hub, and then play a little bit further until you've decided, I beat the game. I beat the game. And then quit. I don't think they ever intended people to go 150,000 plus population. And the game, in my opinion, can't keep up. Now, if there's a mod there's probably a mod. I don't know. I don't know if there's a... I've got Demand Master. But it does not give you the ability to demand people. It only gives you the ability to demand zoning. Just because I have a demand for zoning doesn't give me a demand for people, which is obvious. I've got so many empty houses out here. Oh, that's offices. 4 available households. Fire station. 2 available households. 1 available household. 4 available households. There's all kinds of room for people to move in. I've had 550,000 people in this city before I even added these. How many people live over here? Let's find out. Oh, look what time it is. This won't take but a second. See how many people live here. I had 550,000 people living here before I built this. There's 32,000 people in here. So my city will hold almost 600,000 people. So there's not a demand for housing. I've got the housing. I don't know. Save. 5K plus. Quit to desktop. Guys, we've made 0 progress since I started using this city that had 500,000 people. I've got 510,000 people now. In what? Day 6, and I've still got the same population I had, yet I've added tens of thousands of jobs, tens of thousands of residential, tens of thousands of commercial. This game started with a population of 500,000. I added the ability to house another 100,000 people. And yet I still have 500,000 people. I've learned a few things along the way, but I still haven't learned how to increase demand for population. My YouTube viewers and subscribers, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.